So this is a lesson that's needed more than ever. One way to do that is through a student feedback form. Now, this form can go out through a Google form, or it could be a discussion in class, or it could be a combination. For myself, I'm also going to have a Pear Deck opportunity where students have the opportunity to type in responses, and then we can have some small group dialogue around this. And once again, hearing their voice is going to allow me to be a better teacher for them. So what are some questions that I might ask on this student feedback form? Here we go. What is the best lesson that you had this year? Just kind of beginning there. Hey, what is the best lesson that you had this year? What's one thing that you enjoy about our history class? What do you enjoy most about school? And once again, I always kind of like beginning on the positive. Whoever we're talking to, just kind of begin there. I think that sets our mind in the right direction. Here's another question. What are 3 things you wish your teacher knew? And oftentimes I get the most interesting responses. Sometimes it's just anecdotal information that allows me to know my students a little bit better, so then allows me to teach them more effectively. And other times it's something pretty serious that's going on that I didn't know about that helps me once again be more understanding of that particular student. And then of course this is also very important to monitor in case anything serious does come up. You're able to respond and let anyone know if there's anything very, very serious in those questions, right? Because sometimes that could potentially come up as well. But in general, you're getting feedback about the students so that you can be a better teacher for them. Here are some other questions. One thing the teacher could do to improve the class and improve my learning is too. You guys ready for that question? I hope you are. I hope as teachers, if we're going to give out the grades, we're going to evaluate, we're going to give the feedback, don't you think we should be able to receive the feedback as well? Yeah, I think we should be able to receive the feedback. They talk about having hippo skin. I hear hippo skin is very, very thick, that if you shoot a bullet at a hippo, not that I would, but if you were to shoot a bullet at a hippo, the skin is so thick it wouldn't pierce all the way through. So have a little hippo skin as you read that. Take it with a grain of salt. And see the good that you can take away from any comment that you receive. I know the teacher cares about me as a person when. I know that there's a lot of things that you've done to care for your students. I used to think if I lesson plan very well in a meticulous way and the units are well designed and rigorous, I used to think that was showing them that I cared about them as a teacher. And it certainly came from that place, okay? So if I ever gave anything like that, it is because I cared about my students and wanted to prepare them for their future. But it's interesting. It's different kinds of things, though, that let them know that we care about them. And you should ask. Ask them, what is it that you did that allowed them to know that you cared for them? Because I know you did. All of our teachers out there, we care for our students. So sometimes it's good to know how they received that care. What was it that they thought made them feel like you cared for them. One thing the teacher did well is, one thing I wish the teacher had done more of is, and this is once again great feedback for yourself, because if it's more of a certain kind of thing, this is the first semester, right, of student feedback. It allows you then to adjust and modify your instruction second semester. In fact, even second semester, you may open up and say, hey, I read all your feedback. Thank you so much for sharing so honestly. And here are some things that I learned about myself, and here's how it's going to impact my instruction for second semester. One thing I'd wish the teacher had done more of is, and then hopefully you'll incorporate some of their suggestions. And that will make them and validate their voice, strengthen their feeling of agency, right? And I hope student work in your class second semester, right? Because you listened to them and you took their feedback. Maybe the motivation might be even a little bit higher to work a little harder in class. This semester I learned how to. I still need to improve in. This semester I learned how to. I think this is important for the teacher to have a moment to kind of listen and go, oh, this is what they learned how to do, and to be proud of your students and to let them know that you're proud of them. That means so much to our students. Sometimes, they might not they might go through a day without anyone saying hello to them or knowing their name or saying that someone that they're proud of, that someone's proud of them, right? Even in their own families. So when you say you're proud of a student, that is like really something that they might remember for the rest of their life. So take a moment to be proud of them and let them know, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of that you grew in that area. I still need to improve in. And then once again, this is them being vulnerable, letting you know where it is that they can improve. So this is your opportunity then to be a cheerleader for them and root for them, and cheer for them as they each step of the way succeed. So I hope after the end of having a student feedback form like this, your students feel heard. You had the opportunity to listen to them, but really it's also your instruction that's being impacted, because what's going to happen? As you hear their voice, as you hear their thoughts, as you hear their opinions, it's going to shape you in the way that you teach the next semester. And your students are going to appreciate it so much that you took in their feedback. It's going to build that positive learning environment. And I think this is another step in helping our kids to figure out what it is that they're good at so that they can do good with it. If any of these tips were helpful for you, be sure to give a like or subscribe. This is Dr. Jeff from Ed Family signing out.